You can do a countdown. It's Ruby.
Oh, fuck.
Or you can just say 3, 2, 1.
I was caught off guard. No. Christmas tree. Presents. Ornaments.
Oh, wow. They actually all work together this time. Howdy, folks, and welcome back to Rookie Reacts to RWBY.
Rookie Reactions to RWBY.
Rookie Reactions is the name of the series.
Rookie
Each episode
Reactions.
is Rookie Reacts to
Rookie
something.
Reactions to RWBY.
Okay. Anyway, Rookie Reacts to RWBY. We're up to Volume 6, Chapter 3, Season 6, Episode 3, however you want to refer to it.
Bye!
And if you're the crewbie, you refer to it as Season 6, Episode 3, because that's what they do when they're
very tired.
interviewed. So anyway, oh my God, Michelle.
Huh?
Last episode ended.
Guys, wait, no, pause.
Go ahead.
So we usually film this on a Sunday. He usually has to wait an entire day to watch this. But we're recording it on the day that it came out.
Can you say what text you sent me this morning?
I was trying to get out of it today.
She was trying to come tomorrow.
I was tired.
And I was like, no, you promised me.
Ugh.
We will do it today.
Yeah, well.
So anyway, it ended last episode with Salem. We found out that the woman in the intro who's looking at the
blonde
statue.
Woman.
Yeah, blonde, blue eyes. Very similar to Jean Arc. I'm serious. I mean, we've talked about this, about him being a descendant of Ozpin. I had my crazy theory that he was going to be related to the king, the great king who united
Elvis?
the kingdoms.
Oh.
No, the one who united the kingdoms, because he talked about his great-great-grandfather being in the war, and that's his sword and all that stuff. And we find out pretty conclusively that the great king is actually one of Ozpin's previous lives. And then we also get a couple times, it just occurred to me just before we started recording, a couple of times, Jean has referred to the fact that he has 7 sisters. 7 sisters. I don't know the site. I need to, I can't cite references. I need to go look it up. But there's several times, not Seventh Heaven. There are several times where 7 sisters is referred to in a magical context, in a tradition. Seventh son is also referred to quite often as being magical. So I wouldn't be surprised if his family also has a bit of the magic if he's related to Ozpin, because Ozpin is the wizard, as we know. So anyway, enough talk. What are you looking forward to in this episode?
Oh, that blonde woman. Find out more about her.
You know her name is Salem.
I like calling her the blonde woman. Oh, Cinderblock bitch is going to be on this, I bet.
You think so? I'm hoping Neo shows up, because I want Neo to show up. Ice Cream Lady. I want her to show up. So let's get started.
Bye!
What is wrong with you? Here we go. Can you hear it okay?
No, turn it up.
Okay, I'll turn it up.
Oh, God. Don't deafen me. Oh, we're also playing this on the site, so who knows if it's laggy.
Yeah, it may lag, because obviously this is Saturday. This is the day
Extra Life.
of Extra Life, so it might be a bit laggy. There was a bit of a hitch.
Speak of the devil.
Well, that's what happens a lot in playback on their site, I've noticed. And I was reminded gently to pay attention to the song and you'll like it. Yeah, it's just... I have heard this song many times. I don't always talk over it. I rewatch these episodes many, many times after they air. Don't you look at your phone.
It's just an email.
Turn it over. I rewatch these episodes many, many times after we record our reactions. I have heard this song, and I don't fast forward through this. I've heard this song many, many times. It's just not one of my favorites. Yeah, Cinder, and there was Torchwick's Hat. It's just not one of my favorites. It's just not really a genre I like that much.
It's not one of his favorites, guys.
I've enjoyed all the intro songs, and I might learn to like this one, but it's okay. It's not bad. I mean, the Williams can't do bad. So, there, that. Ugh, I want to know what that is.
You'll never know. See? He's dancing to it. He likes it.
Well, the beats here I like. Okay.
Get excited. Get pumped.
Maybe I have liked it. Maybe I do like it now. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus, guys. Shh. Pay attention.
Locked away by her cruel father, Salem was a girl
Mine.
who desired but one thing.
Ooh, father.
Freedom. She lived in
So
a
that's been her
time when
father?
kings and their kingdoms were plentiful, when men and women were capable of greatness, and magic was a gift from the gods that all could wield. And yet there she sat within her tower.
This
Until
predates
one day,
the maidens.
a legendary hero came to brave the challenges within the tower's walls. The people of the lands knew him as Ozma. Unlike those who had come before, this warrior was not driven by the prize of the young maiden's hand. He fought only for righteousness, and his pure heart and courageous soul prevailed.
Okay, so she's not Osmond's daughter. But will become Osmond's wife, probably.
They escaped the wretched fortress. And yet, something bound them together.
Sex.
Ozma had been ready to
Probably.
give his life for justice countless times, but now saw a woman worth saving it for. And Salem, to her surprise, found her freedom not in the outside world she had yearned for,
Okay, so
in
her eyes
the
aren't blue.
eyes of the man that had saved her.
So, where should we go now?
Wherever you'd like.
The two fell deeply in love, planned adventures throughout the world,
Aww.
and lived happily ever after.
And eventually, Jeanne d'Arc was born. Oh, sorry.
Or at
Way
least,
down the line.
that's what should have been.
Uh-oh.
Ozma, the infallible hero of legend, fell ill. And where all of the beasts and blades of the world had fallen short, a single sickness prevailed.
How could the gods let this happen?
The gods, brothers of light and darkness, creation and destruction.
Maybe not.
Salem prayed they would see the injustice that had befallen her love and make things right. The domain of light was a sacred place. It was here the elder brother dwelled beside his fountain of life and creation. It was here where mankind would fall to ruin.
So the God of Light still exists at this time, huh?
Jesus.
Please. Please bring him back to me.
I understand your pain, but you demand of me that which I cannot make so. Life and death are part of a delicate balance.
So, you won't do it then?
To disrupt the cycle of...
That's not fair. That's not fair!
Let him rest.
No.
The god of darkness.
Oh. So she went to see the God of Darkness.
None dared to enter his home, as men knew
That
what
looks like where she lives
monstrosities
now.
emerged from his blackened
Doesn't it?
pools of
Oh,
annihilation.
man.
Where we saw in the beginning of Volume 4 where the Grim were
And
coming
so
out of the
you
black
must
pools.
understand the Dark Lord's surprise when he
Yep.
found a lone woman kneeling before him.
It's me when I wake up in the morning.
And there's all the Grim.
Well, am I gonna laugh at that? Okay.
Yeah, I heard you.
Salem
So this
understood
is-
it well. She told him of her loss and professed that she knew only he could answer her prayers, all while careful to make no mention of his elder.
Rise, child.
Oh, so she didn't say you're my second choice. So that was his first life.
Where am I?
It's okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Uh-oh. Big bro's not happy.
You've done.
I have done what I please, brother. You may bask in the powers of creation, but you do not own them.
This is not creation.
Do not lecture me.
I will do what I must to maintain order.
What a mind fuck. He's like, I'm back. No, I'm dead again.
Or is he?
Bring him back!
You dare enter my domain and show such disrespect.
Oh, don't do it again. Oh, what a mind fuck.
I am abiding by the rules
Jesus
we
Christ.
agreed upon.
Rules
Wow.
that I now see work ever in your favor.
And what it's doing to her, too.
Oh,
It keeps coming back and then going away and then coming back and dying and going away.
to lay your judgment upon me.
Nope.
I know we have our differences, but I have not come here with the aim to control you. The same, however, cannot be said for her. This woman came to you only after I denied her pleas. Pleas that would have disrupted the balance that you and I created. Together.
Then it seems I owe you an apology. Allow me to correct my mistake.
Oh boy.
You monsters! Give him back to me! Give him back!
Falling to earth. Ooh. That's the got a light pool. Wow.
When you first came to me, I did pity you. But it is clear now that your selfishness and arrogance have led you astray.
What did you do to me?
I have made you immortal.
Immortal?
Uh-oh.
You cannot die. You cannot be with your beloved.
So long as this world turns, you shall walk its face. You must learn the importance of
How does he
life
come back?
and death. Only then may you rest.
Salem was a prisoner once again. Her fruitless attempts to reunite with Ozma eventually became nothing more than acts of spite and defiance against the gods. But perhaps the gods were not as powerful as they seemed. She had lied to them, turned them against one another. They were fallible. If she were to turn humanity against light and darkness, she could rid herself of their curse. Or at the very least, she could make them suffer. Salem traveled from one kingdom to another, telling tales of how she stole immortality from the gods, welcomed any swordsman to cut her down, and demonstrated her powers. With the kings and queens in awe, she pulled them deeper into her scheme. She painted them pictures of a time when they would no longer have to watch their loved ones wither and die, when they could claim the powers of their creators for themselves, and in turn perfect their own design. All they needed to do was destroy their old masters.
Uh-oh.
The gods had hoped that Salem would learn from her eternal curse. And she did. She learned that the hearts of men are easily swayed.
That woman had silver eyes, didn't she?
Who has led you down this path?
Here, sweetie. Remember me?
My own gift to them. used against me.
Whoa. Something epic is definitely happening. Did he just kill every human?
You thought there was no greater punishment we could bestow upon you?
Now she's alone.
I'll tell the rest of the world of this massacre. Build a new army.
You do not understand.
Yeah.
There is no one left. You are all that remains of humanity.
This planet was a beautiful experiment, but it is merely a remnant of what it once was.
Remnant.
We will learn from this failure. I hope that you will learn from yours.
No, you can't leave. You can't leave. Come back.
Okay.
Still demanding things of your creators.
So that's why the gods are no longer there. And this is how the moon got destroyed. I told you we would see that. Because they showed it whole and destroyed. Got destroyed as they left.
Once again, Salem was alone. She cursed
Animals
the
are still
gods.
here.
She cursed the universe.
And
She
Grim.
cursed everything. Everything but herself. She wandered the face of the planet, awaiting a death that would never come. Until fate led her back to the land of darkness. This was it. This had to be it. The Brothers Grimm, the pools of black that continued to give rise to horrific nightmares. If the Fountain of Life granted her immortality, then surely the pools of Grimm would finally take it away.
Uh-oh, it turns
She
her
was
into
wrong.
the Grim-like creature we've seen.
This force of pure destruction could not destroy a being of infinite life. Instead, it created a
Transformed
being
her.
of infinite life with a desire for pure destruction. And in time, she would find her adversary.
But they're all dead.
She looks like that now.
Huh?
She'll look like that now.
Yeah. But if all humanity is dead, including him, how does she get him back? How does she get them all back?
Ozma.
Oh.
Where am I?
We are between realms. I'm afraid a tragedy has befallen your home at the hands of my brother. We have chosen to depart this world, but in our absence, I would like to offer you the chance to return to it.
I don't understand.
Mankind is no more, yet your world remains. And in time, your kind will grow to walk its face once again. However, without our presence, they will be but a fraction of what they once were. Creation, destruction, choice, and knowledge were the ideals upon which humanity was made. Now, I leave them behind with the hope that you may learn to remake yourselves. If brought together, these 4 relics will summon my brother and I back to your world.
Oh.
And humanity
That's what they do.
will be judged.
Oh,
If
boy.
your kind has learned to live in harmony with one another and set aside their differences, then we shall once again live among you, and humanity will be made whole again. But if your kind is unchanged, if you demand our blessings while still fighting amongst yourselves,
They're still
then you
fighting.
will be found irredeemable, and your world will be wiped.
So that's why he doesn't want them to come together.
Until your task is complete, you will reincarnate, but in a manner that ensures you are never alone.
I'm sorry, but that world just isn't as dear to me without her. If I may, I'd rather return to the afterlife to see Salem.
You will not find her there.
You mean she isn't gone?
Salem lives, but the woman you hold dear in your memories is gone. Heed this warning. Where you seek comfort, you will only find pain. So, will you...
I'll do it.
Very well. Our creation rests within your hands.
And so, Ozma was reborn.
Where am I? Thank you. Please, tell me your name. Who are you?
They're from the same village. You should know him.
No.
Ozma had found himself in a world completely unfamiliar to him. Cities looked different. Creatures known as the
Nobody had
Fauns
magic.
bore fangs and claws and were locked away in cages. And without the blessing of the gods, no one could perform magic like mankind was once capable of. No one but himself and a woman known as the Witch. During his years of travel,
Salem?
he heard the same frightened whispers that spoke of a terrifying sorceress who commanded dark powers in the wilds among the beasts and monsters. Ozma was convinced that this witch was Salem and decided he
Logical
needed to
choice.
see what she had become.
It is Salem. She recognizes him.
Call it magic or call it something stronger. But in that moment, the two knew exactly who it was that stood before them.
What do we do now?
Whatever we like.
As Salem and Ozma recounted the events which had brought them back together, each withheld parts of their story. Salem, fearing Ozma would reject her, blamed the end of the world on the gods. Ozma, still unsure of where the truth lay, kept his task and the relics a secret. Though time passed and all seemed well, Ozma's conversation with the God of Light still lingered in his mind. He had found happiness, but humanity seemed more divided than ever before.
Are you surprised? This world is quite literally godless. These humans have no one to guide them. Perhaps that's all they need.
What are you saying?
We could become the gods of this world. Our powers surpass all others.
Dark and light.
Our souls transcend death. We can mold these lands into whatever we want. What you want. Create the paradise that the old gods could not.
The hearts of men are easily swayed.
So they started out together. Ah. That's where the worship comes from in the trailer.
The two amassed a following. That following grew into a prosperous kingdom. And at the head of that kingdom blossomed a family.
Ah, boy. The Jean Arc theory is still alive.
So far, they only have 4 kids, though.
Yeah, I know. No. He's way descendant. He's many generations from them. Because he has to become the great king that unifies everybody as well, which hasn't happened yet. And then the wizard, which hasn't happened.
Right.
You
Or the
said
other way
we
around.
needed to bring humanity together. In order to do that, we have to spread our word and destroy those who will deny it.
What are we doing? This isn't what he asked of me.
What did you say?
Mother! Father! Look!
It was a miracle. Their children could perform magic. But what should have been a joyous occasion was short-lived. Ozma told Salem everything. The true reason the God of Light had brought him back. The relics that lay scattered around the world. And the day of judgment he had been told to prepare for.
Don't you see? None of that matters anymore. Why spend our lives trying to redeem these humans when we can replace them with what they could never be?
We're not reacting much because this is such exposition. It's just telling us everything, and we're trying to listen to it all. Those kids are so cute, though. Oh, he's leaving. They're taking the kids away from her. We're trying to. It's all girls. I fear for the children now.
Yeah, they're dead.
Well, at least one of them has to survive, I think.
No, they all die. Even Ruby.
Oh, little toy. Oh, he is messed up. But he'll reincarnate. That's his curse, right?
We finally have freedom.
You what?
Thus began a long and painful cycle of death and rebirth for Ozma. Some lives were spent in mourning. Many were spent attempting to forget it all. But no matter what, his mind would eventually turn back to the task he had been burdened with. And as the centuries went on, Ozma began to learn the importance of living with the souls with which he had been paired. But no matter where or how he lived, her presence was always felt. If humanity were ever to stand a chance of being united, one thing was clear.
He had to destroy Salem.
Knowing he could never rid the world of her through any mortal means, Ozma sought out the power of the relics. Armed with my knowledge, he believed he could fulfill his promise to the God of Light.
Where are the other relics?
He asked me his questions.
What powers do they possess?
And though I gave him my answers,
how do I destroy Salem?
Not all of them were to his liking. You can't.
And we're back.
And we're done.
Is this an entire exposition episode? Wow, that's risky. I mean, it got my attention the whole time. It was hard to react to it because it was just absorbing information. So what do you think? Does it explain anything?
My mind got fucked.
Does it make things clearer that were questions before? Did it really answer everything?
I mean, we already knew that they shacked up.
Well, I don't know that we knew they shacked up. Did you know that, or were you just guessing? I'm still wondering about the Jean Arc related thing because we didn't see the 4 girls, but are we going to learn that one or more of them survived and had family, and then had more family and more family and more family? Or is he, Jean Arc, going to be, if he is a descendant, just a descendant of the Ozpin side and not the Salem side? I'm hung on this theory about him being related to them. I don't know why, but it just seems like it would be a good thing, dramatically. But we learned that the gods left. That's how the moon got shattered. That's an amazing revelation that people have been wondering for a long time. I mean, I've since Volume 1, fans have been saying, how did the moon get that way? And now we know. And it wasn't it wasn't the cute little Easter egg from Red vs. Blue this last season. You didn't see that, but there was a moon shattering that was a funny little nod to Ruby. We find out that Salem and Ozpin as a spirit, Ozpin as his aura, whatever, as his soul. Well, we call him Ozpin because we first learned of him as Ozpin.
Asra? Asra.
Let's see what his name is.
Asra.
It is
I was close. I said Ozra.
Ozma. Osmosis. So it's Ozma. But we could still call him Ozpin because that's how we first knew him. But the fact that they both predate all of current humanity, that the God of Darkness wiped all humans off the face of the earth, and then presumably millions and millions and millions of years progressed on Remnant, and that's how it got its name, because it's a remnant of the world that they created. Humans re-evolved. And the whole time Salem was just in that dark place, just brooding and all angry, and then I don't know. Maybe her magic brought them back too. Maybe she had a hand in that. But anyway, whatever. Humans came back. So all the humans we know and all the faunus we know are after the world was destroyed, after the humanity was destroyed. That must be a bit of a diss to Blake too, another diss to Blake and faunus, that the gods initially created just humans. They didn't create faunus. They created humans, and then faunus just evolved when the world was repopulated. That's some big stuff.
Some big shit.
Yeah. And so Ozpin initially hooked up with Salem, and they were more in the partnership firm, but yeah, sure, that way too. And they were a unit, a family unit, and partners, and then she told the truth, and that split them up.
He told the truth.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you said she told the truth.
Well, I said he. It may have come out as she, but I said he told the truth, and she killed him. And that was the first of the several regenerations. I mean, the light had told him that he's going to regenerate and reincarnate, but not in a normal way. He's not going to come back as the same guy over and over again. So that happened. And so that's what he meant by the gods cursed me because I couldn't stop Salem. When he's told that in volume 5, I think. Yeah, volume 5. When he explained that to the group. He was a little out of order, right? Because the gods didn't curse him because he couldn't stop Salem. The God of Light gave him a gift / curse to stop Salem. He wasn't cursed because he couldn't stop her. He was cursed, if you want to call it that, to stop her. And he can't defeat Salem. So Jin told him that he can't stop Salem. So what is the goal? What is the goal? To capture her? To try to convince her to stop being evil? To make more babies? Although in Oscar's current form, that would not be. Yeah, exactly. Don't think that.
Child porn.
So
I
put that away, please.
I'm a human. I can hold things.
So, what is his ultimate goal? Is it to, like I said, to try to convince her to become good again? I'd see that as kind of a hopeless cause. Is it to just capture her or to imprison her somewhere?
Doesn't he want to kill her?
I mean, the ultimate goal, if he listens to what the God of Light said, was the ultimate goal is to make the world peaceful, have everybody get along, and then bring the artifacts together, the relics together, and bring the gods back to judge Earth. So I can see why he doesn't want to bring them together now, because it's not a good place, with faunus hatred, with Salem causing disruptions everywhere and turning the kingdoms against each other and stuff. It's not a place that they want to have judged right now. So that's interesting. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know what his goal is.
We'll see. We'll find out.
That was some big
shit.
Stuff. Huh. We didn't see anything about the wizard, about the time he was the wizard and gave the gifts to the maidens. We can presume that happened at some point after his time with Salem, where he gave magic to 4 individuals. He split his magic up. Unless his 4 daughters... Did you just notice that? He has 4 daughters.
Yeah, but they all died.
Well, we don't know if they died. Maybe they were actually the first... Maybe they were actually the first maidens. Maybe the whole story of the wizard was kind of really was not literal at all. He didn't have 4 women he came who gave gifts to. Maybe he gave the gift of magic to 4 women in the sense that he had 4 daughters who had magic. And they passed it on. Ooh.
There's a light bulb that just went off in his head.
Yeah, it was a light bulb just went off in my head. But this is running really long. I'm going to watch this over and over and over again and try to absorb as much as I can. So, any final thoughts?
No, my mind got fucked. Oof.
What are you hoping for next episode? That we
find more about
don't have more mind fucking
life.
and instead we have more actual...
I would like more fucking in my mind. I want to find out more about Ozpin.
Well, we just found out a ton about Ozpin.
I want more.
Okay, well, I'm sure we're going to get it this time with interaction between the characters.
Yeah, I want Ruby to I want them all to be back in their world.
Right. Out of the Matrix. We want them out of the Matrix. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that was great. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Catch you next time.
That was a real one this time.